What's up there, bud and budettes? Welcome back to the channel. Wow, that last video, thanks for that. Algorithm picked it up on YouTube, and wow, the most views I've ever gotten a video in that short amount of time. And alone on one video, I got over 100 new subscribers, so it's about time YouTube did something for me, eh, bud? So introducing the I Spy channel to a lot of new people. I see I got about 10% female now, which I never had on my channel, so a lot more female viewers now. So yeah, welcome to the channel. And for all the new subscribers, we document 3 locations outdoor, 4 plants at each, legal grow. And we got the indoor rocking as well. We're doing a breeding project right now, so we got some videos on the go. Sorry about the slacking. Normally I do every few days, but I've been busy. I think this is, God, 12 days, maybe even 2 weeks since I've been at this location number 1 here. So it's been a while, super busy, and okay, well, let's start over here. Boom. Look at this, bud, the 100 gal. So if you know, I had the kiddie pool in here upside down when I transplanted. Try to maybe keep the cat out if he was even hopping in here. Turns out he didn't even have any interest anyways, but I did notice gnats a few days ago, which I've never had gnats on outdoor plants, and it's been thunderstorms for 2 weeks straight. So perfect environment for them underneath that kiddie pool in there to just thrive and do their thing. So I've seen it indoor, but I've never seen outdoor gnats. That was odd, so I cut it out immediately. As soon as I seen that, mixed up all the soil. I had a lot of the stuff I was plucking off. I was tucking under there too. I cleaned all that out of there. I took, like, I don't know, maybe 2 gallons of soil off the top to try to get any eggs or anything that was in there from the natties. And yeah, bud, blackberry moonrock. We stripped her last video. That was when I stripped her about 12 days ago or so. And went in there and we lollipopped the shit out of the bottom of that plant there, bud. So she's vegging now. This is the month where they really start their veg, and then when August comes, boom, these are gonna blow up. Look at how I train them into these nice little bushes. This is typically my style right here, but I grow a lot of different ways. I train a lot of different ways too. Super cropping, topping, low stress training by tying out branches, bending, manipulating, all that stuff. I do it all. So that's what we do here on the channel. So yeah, blackberry moonrocks. And before I say anything about this outdoor plant, the other pheno, we had 2 phenos. I stuck one in the indoor tent that's in flower. Wow. If everybody remembers we called them soap gums, the little purple gums, get back in the 80s and 90s in the machine, you put a quarter in and they taste like soap. I think they're called like chills or frills or something like that. But man, did it ever flash me back to those gums when I smelt the indoor one. I did a little stem rub and, oh buddy, I've never smelt. I thought I smoked like every kind of flavor and everything, but no, that's not true. Because man, I was not expecting that. They say it's supposed to be lavender blueberry, and I see where they get the lavender from, because it's like a heavy lavender soap. So I'm stoked to see what that turns out like. But anyways, let's get back to this pheno. So she's bushing out now. She's in veg. We got a lot of tops over here. I just saved some. I was going around. I just stripped out a few more branches, but I was going around and left some tops here, so you can all just see me top some branches here. We're trying to keep this one shorter, which isn't going to work. Most of them were topped though. About, I think 6 days ago I was out here and I topped some of these branches, and I just didn't get to them all. It was absolutely thunderstorming out. So I just ran out here when I had a 10-minute break before it started raining again and just topped whatever I could before they got super out of control. So by topping them, you form this little bush here. Now 2 stems will grow at the top here, the 2 below where you're plucking, and then you'll have 2 tops. And I'm in a cold, damp environment when it comes to flower there, eh, bud? So I'm right by Niagara Falls. If you don't know, I've seen a lot of comments too of new people thinking I'm American. Nope, America. But I ain't got no problems with the America, but definitely Canadian here, hey, bud? Grow up with a hockey stick and a joint in my mouth, right? Right, bud? Right? And a beer in the fridge. But yeah, we're in Canada here, bud, right by the famous Niagara Falls. I could go up the street and throw a rock over it if I want. That's how close I am. But Yeah, and see how I was explaining in another video about the plant back there where the sun doesn't hit a certain side so it gets bare. This is a perfect example of, we have this bush here. Even when we hack it down though, the sun just doesn't really hit this back side here. So the front of this plant is always, it's always on an angle, because just by the way I train it and I strip it on the bottom, this side will be bare and it'll kind of be on the canopy will start tall and go like a circle this way, aiming towards the sun, just like a, yeah, just like a flower would, I guess. Just pointing right at the sun, leaning. But yeah, awesome. I hope this is anything like the indoor one, the other pheno. I wish I would have kept clones off the other one, but I didn't do it, bud. But yeah, all right, so actually gonna come over here. We're gonna do a bunch in this video, just since I was slacking. And so earlier in the year, I told you on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, I got a huge deal on bone meal and blood meal. I got, what did I get, 2 full cases of like, I can't even remember how many were in there now, 20 or 30 of these, maybe, something like that, $250 worth or more. I got for 50 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. So I got 2 full cases of these. I can't remember, I think there was 10 in each case or 12 or something, I'm not sure. But that's what we mixed in our super soil when we started off the year at here, location number 2 and location number 3. So a lot of it's all been used except for 2 of these. So I'm gonna take one of these. It's that time where I'm just gonna do a top dress. That little plastic piece gets stuck in there sometimes and blocks you. So yeah, I'm just gonna get in there. We're just gonna do a top dress like that, bud. No measurements. Just, I know I got 4 plants back here, so well, actually I'll save it now for the next plant. But yeah, this is the time where and there's if you don't already know, there's Gaia Green in here, 444. God, so many amendments I put in here. Oyster shell, there's a video of it about 10 videos ago or 15 videos ago, maybe even 20 videos now, of all the stuff that I put in it. But crushed oyster shell, bone meal, blood meal, earthworm castings, crushed oyster shell, kelp meal, glacier rock dust, azomite, dolomite, like just so much stuff in here, bud. Super soil. And yep, I'm just gonna mix it around with my hand here. So sometimes I'll get little reactions on my hands because I'm allergic to a lot of plant material, especially cannabis. But I get hives and stuff when I go reaching in my plants, but that's a thing. I know some of you guys do also. We've talked about it on this channel. Some of y'all break out into hives, especially when it comes to trimming. I can't breathe. I have to have an inhaler now just for trimming. I can't breathe. It cuts off my breathing. I got a heavy wheeze. Can't sleep, can't do nothing without a puffer, so inhaler. So I just got a Subutable one of those Blue Rescue ones, but yeah. So I just mixed it in there. Just needs to be watered in there, and we're good, bud. On to the next plant over here. We got the little dogger there. Say hi. Say hi, Ruby. Yeah. Say hi, Ruby. Yep, she's a new addition to my buddy's family over here, so yeah, awesome. Love that little dogger. All right, bud. Larry OG. I was very confused with this plant, eh? She didn't know what she was doing there, eh, bud? So she wouldn't veg, she wouldn't do nothing. She just sat there and stayed the same. But you know, I came out today and I'm seeing some veg now. We could see it's starting to stick up now. So finally kicked into veg. It just stunted. Didn't flip into flower. Didn't re-veg. It just stalled once I put it into this pot. So yeah, it smells amazing now. Oh, just plucking those branches off, nice and earthy, the Larry OG. So I haven't stripped nothing off. Not much of this one, so we just come in here and strip off a lot of these fan leaves down in here that don't. And it's better when the sun's out too. I like doing it. Like right now, a cloud went over, but the sun was just out and I could see where the light penetrates and what's blocking what. And then you just pluck off the leaves that's blocking the sun below, or all the bud sites below, bud. You could start at the bottom or start at the top. Right now I'm just starting looking down at the top because it's nice and bright out today and I can kind of see what's blocking below. So, and this is the same. You'll see this will be bare on this side, and this side will just be all canopy right here. So yeah, know your environment too. I know what happens here every year typically, but man, we just cannot get one to beast out in this pot. The last 3 seasons, just this pot. See, this is gonna be the first one this year that really rips in this pot in the last few years. But this pot, man, OG Kush was rough in here last year, wouldn't do nothing. I can't remember the year before. Maybe the year before was good, but I know 4 years ago was the best I ever did, or maybe 5 years ago now, before I documented. Or maybe it was 4 years ago, the first year when I set up most of this, and man, did they ever get huge, like monstrous. So I think we're on our way there this year too, bud. But yeah, the Larry OG over here, she needs a good strip, because no matter what, bud, powder mildew's coming. I did buy some Lost Coast Therapy something. I can't remember the name of it, but or something like that. Lost Coast Plant Therapy or something. Canada was just able to get it over last year. We couldn't get it over here, so they had to change some names on the labels or whatever, but it's still from the same company. They just had to they had to rename it or something, and then it was good this year. They had it, so I haven't tried it yet, but yep, I clearly got to get out of here. Powder mildew does hit here early. Like I said, I'm in a damp environment, come flower especially, but typically we've been getting the last 2 seasons we've been getting powder mildew in July here, so halfway through July. So I had to come out here when it's dark and spray some of these there. Hey, bud, hit them with that stuff, see if we can keep the mold off, prevent it before it happens. Hopefully that's the plan, bud, because if not, as soon as it hits, I have to break out the neem oil, and I don't like doing that. But I do it, but I don't like doing it. You can't use it in flower, that's for sure, and it does give you a good leaf shine and protect you, but I find it stalls the plant for like 2 weeks in veg. It doesn't do nothing, it just sits there. Does work though. But yeah, I'm trying to stay away from that, go a lot cleaner, even though neem oil is organic, but it's really sticky. You don't want any of that shit to carry on into flower. You don't want to be smoking neem oil. All right, bud, here's a purple Kush I was debating on ripping out, because it was looking so terrible, long and lengthy. I tied it all out and was just hoping for the best, and yes, now I'm happy I didn't pull it, because it's actually starting to veg now pretty nice. Little bug damage on this one from the leaf hoppers. Let me see if I can find a little leaf, whatever. There we go, just a little bit of damage. Typical leaf hopper damage over here, but I never see the little bastards, but they're in there somewhere. Oh, there's a little damage on this leaf too. And man, we get these big walnut things. I'm not sure if they're really walnuts, but they're like big round green balls that fall from the trees. And man, we've got hit in the past and broke off large branches. So let's just pray for those fuckers. They haven't been coming yet. Last year was crazy. And someone told me actually, they're mostly, actually you could see them in the tree, but someone told me they were every other year, but I'm like, no, they come every year, but last year was just crazy. So these things, comment in the bottom what these are. But yeah, they're deadly. I'll be sitting back here and one will just smoke me in the head when it's really windy out. Like, what the fuck? I felt like somebody punched me in the back of the head. I turn around ready to fight, fists up. Squaring up with the fucking whatever one of those are. But yeah, purple Kush looking good. I took out the bag. I had a plastic bag in here too. I didn't want gnats to get over inside of that too. I was trying to keep moisture in, but since we've just had nothing but rain, I haven't had to water them. I did hit them with the molasses in the water about a week ago, but they didn't really need the water as in like a drink, but figured I'd feed the soil, feed the microbes in the soil, and these are all the same soil mix. So yeah, usually I hit them twice. Oh, there she is. She's flying at me. Usually I hit them twice with molasses, and then sometimes during transition around August 10th, I'll hit them with raw honey right off the Niagara Parkway over here, eh, bud? But yeah, the raw honey, you don't want the other honey. You want the unfiltered raw honey, which still has chunks in it. That's the good-ish right there, bud. So yeah, looking pretty good. Went foggy there for a minute. But yeah, blackberry moonrock finally kicking in with the Larry. The purple's finally kicking in a little bit. I would have liked this to be like 3 times the size by now, which I've had in this pot a couple times. Well, this is the first time with the raised bed. We had the 100-gallon, same pot as that over here, and just wasn't doing nothing the last 2 years, so I decided to go with the box, which seems to be going good. But Yeah, I would have liked a lot more veg on that, but that was just that plant. It just did not want to thrive. It had so much trouble the past 4 or 5 weeks it's been out here. It's just trouble by just doing nothing. It just sat there. These two right here just sat there. So I'm glad they're vegging now. I'm sure they'll get a decent size. And then this is just the lady of the year for me, bud. In the 600 gallon, we probably got about 800 gallons. I put a pool cover over it, 8x8 pool cover. And I have not had to water this once this year. Like I said, it's been thunderstorms for 2 weeks. And I did hit it with molasses last video. So yeah, maybe that was 12 days ago or however long ago when I hit it with the molasses, because I'm pretty sure I did it in the video. So yeah, we got a couple damaged leaves over here. You can see we got the bugs out, which is typical around here. Last year was deadly though. The Afghan hash plant that was right here was just getting attacked. And then 2 of the ones at location number 3. And yeah, if you don't know the other locations, just click on my channel, go down and watch some of the other videos to catch up, bud, because we haven't been out of location number 3, and I think we put them out there on June 4th. We were a little late out there, like a week late or something, so I haven't been out there since. I know they're good, but I know they need supported, because my buddy went out there and he's like, yep, they're all good, but they're all falling over. We did have them tied up to a stick when they were small when we put them out there, but I guess they're all falling over right now. We need to add more soil to the mounds there to hold them up and support them, tie them down or whatever. So we will get a video out of there in the next 3 or 4 days, I'm hoping. Me and my buddy are gonna shoot out there into the country. That's out next to the pond there. Location number 3, Jimmy the Bullfrog. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're about to meet Jimmy, the wisdom holder. All right, bud, so yeah, this is the lady of the year for me. Pure Kush. Just look at this. I'm gonna step back so you can get a good view. Absolutely beasting in the 600 gal. And this is the one I'm talking about where, yeah, we don't get light back here. So it's always the same thing as that other one. It's all, you can already see right there. So that'll be on an angle this way. If you go to last year's videos, you'll see how I do it. Or 2 years ago, the wedding cake was a really good plant in this pot, where you could see the training I did, and just, it's all stripped down here and bare almost naturally. And then I just stripped the rest out, and it just canopy on an angle up into the air up here. Just all buds. So yeah, it'll be really front and top heavy on this side where the sun hits. See, it's already bare. Like, you could already see there's nothing happening right there. It almost goes flat. It's like, you know, so it's on an angle. See, it's bare back here, bud. And I had broke a couple main branches like 2 weeks ago when I was here, and I tied them up instantly with a string I had in my hand. Like a mess. I just panicked, and it worked, and both mains lived, and then this plant just blew up, bud. So, and I could stand right up here. I came out and topped 3 days ago. I topped some more branches. Oh, there's a leaf hopper right there, bud. So this is what gets us. I never see them either. Ah, got them. So you got to get them, and you got to really crunch them with your finger, bud. So rest in peace, little bug. Sorry, I don't like killing anything, but you only get one life, right? But he went on the wrong plant, bud. Wrong garden, wrong plant. He was just born in the wrong area, just like the poor people in the world. They were just born in the wrong area. I'm sure if they were born in our areas, they'd be thriving too. So, but yeah, I just saved some branches in here so you could so I can show you how I just get in here. I look down, and anything not touching light, like you can see this fan leaf, like, just needs to be stripped out, bud. And I will get in here and I will hollow it out. I'll look down, look for anything blocking below that just doesn't need to be down in here. Anything facing the inside of the plant too has to go. So yeah, we got so much, bud, but I can only do so much. I was just saving them just to I just zoned out for 10 minutes.